All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 996 on this beautiful Monday. Oh my goodness. It is a great Monday. I'm going to say this. You know why? My Dodgers are up 3-0 in the World Series. It is good. I feel no apologies to the any Yankees fans, sorry. But I will say it is a great Monday because not only is my Dodgers 3-0, but it is Olympia's birthday. Happy birthday. She is 26 years young today. Go ahead and say happy birthday to her in the chat. She is always on, and we want to say happy birthday to you. Congratulations on making it to 26 years, quarter century, and out there in Texas. So, right?
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations. Happy birthday. But let's get down to business. Who is talking about the Dodgers and wishing happy birthdays? My name is Andy. I am the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. But you're not here for any of that. You're here for Brandi. She's got her Series 6, Series 63, 26, Series 65, and that Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you too can get a pass notice.
I should add one. It's been a minute.
I know, right? Feels like you need to add another something, huh?
I need
another license, another number on there. I know. We had a couple people ask for a Series 16,
86,
and an 86 and a 89.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Like I should.
Series 89. I don't know. They're all analytical.
I'm gonna try it.
But like we said, and we say this to you guys all the time, and this ties into tonight. Even if we don't teach the content per se, we do teach people how to pass exams, on how to pass multiple choice exams. I don't want to say we crack the code, but we definitely show you how to crack the code on your own. And one of the ways we do that is by playing the Kona Catchphrase game, which we're going to do tonight. We're going to look for keywords. We're going to be reading some securities questions. We're going to help you look for keywords. Guys, keywords leads to key answers.
Leads to key connections, which leads to key answers, which leads to the key pass.
That's right. Which leads to the pass notice that you are looking for that will get you to that next level, that will be the key to a lot of many doors that can lead to success. So it's all about the right keys at the right moment. And tonight we're just going to take it down to the basics, which is the key words. Guys, tonight is a lot of fun. And even though we don't teach a lot of those exams, this comes in handy.
Yes.
This comes in handy. And I'll say what else comes in handy. If you are not a member on KonaButterflyz and you missed out on Sunday night, it was a good one. It was a good one.
I think so.
It was a good one. It was two things that you could change the way you look at your study and the way you pass. One of those ones is you should never change your answers. You can never change your answers. I know that there's somebody right now who's looking at me and he's just going, oh, man, why'd you do that to me, Andy? Why'd you do that to me? Because you're not the only one, man. You're not the only one. So if you missed out on last night's message, go and watch that video. And guys, I know I say like some inspirational stuff usually in the beginning of this whole thing, or I break it down to you, but there is some business that I want to get down to. And we're just going to get into the keywords, the Monday keywords. But there is some things that I'm going to have more information about as we get through the week, and we're going into the month of November. It is happening. Halloween is coming up on Thursday. Whether you celebrate it or not, it's happening on Thursday, and which leads to November.
Yeah.
What are you going to say? What do you think I was going to say? Dia de los Muertos?
No.
Oh. No. Which leads to November, which leads to a waterfall into 2025.
Yes.
And if you have not gotten onto the studying and you have not gotten onto, getting any of these licenses yet, it's not too late. It's not. It's not really, honestly. The best thing you can do is set yourself up for 2025, if not get at least an SIE done before the end of the year. Guys, you guys need to get buckled down. And I'm going to tell you this, a lot of offices, believe it or not, go, you know what, don't study at all until next year at this point, if you haven't gotten a pass. There is a lot of offices that say that. I'm going to say this, if you stop, you might as well not say you're going to pass until at least spring. And I'll tell you why. Because let's say you get going by January, the beginning of the year blues sets in, meaning you're like, okay, this is a new me, new year, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden you decide that you're going to lose weight. All of a sudden we're going to go get in shape.
Extra.
All of a sudden we're going to go work on our business. We're going to be, getting in back into all of the things that we should have been doing, right? And then you're like, I'm going to put studying on top of it. And then guess what? It takes you about another month or two before you even get ready, before you're even ready to go. It happens every time. Nobody believes me.
Right.
And then they go like this, Andy, I wish I would have listened to you and I would have just like stayed with it and I would have been passing the exams by January. Yeah, I know, but nobody listens. They don't listen. They're like, now it's March. Now I have the pressure of the half the years going up. Guys, life flies. There's no time for stalling. There's no time for stalling. You got to get on this thing and you got to keep going on it. And one of the things I want to get up to on business with is that if you have not signed up as a membership, and maybe you've some of you have been paying attention, if you haven't gotten an email from Patreon yet, if you are a member, that's where we have all of our stuff on Patreon. In November, Apple is enforcing the 3% tax, Apple tax. If you are already a member, it doesn't affect you at all. It doesn't affect you at all if you don't use Apple. So it doesn't matter. But what happens is if you do sign up in November and you sign up using the Patreon app that goes through your Apple device from your iPhone or iPad, then you will be subject to that 3% tax. So pretty much if you sign up for something that's $10, it's now $14.50 with their 3%. Brandi and I do not get any of that. So the best way to do it and to sign up with us is just use your computer and use the browser, use the Chrome browser, and you're fine. Doesn't matter what device or anything. I mean, doesn't matter how you get on there. Just don't use the Apple apps at all. Period. Just go directly to the browser, just use the computer, and you avoid all the tax of all that Apple stuff. So that's what happens if you're brand new in November. That's all that happens. If you're already in, you're already in. There's no 3% tax. I know there's already like some people have already texted me. They're like a little bit of panic. I'm like, dude, you're already in, so it's not going to affect you at all anyway. But if you sign up, don't use the Apple apps at all. So if anybody wants to sign up, don't use the Apple apps at all. Just use your Chrome browser or use a browser that's not Apple on your computer, and it's fine.
So even if you use Safari,
I'm just saying to be safe. You don't have to worry about anything if it's not Apple related at all, right? Because sometimes it comes up with the Apple Pay. Like people use Apple Pay to pay.
Yeah.
And it might come through in that way. So I just say avoid all of that. Just go use your Chrome browser, use Firefox, use Mozilla. What is it? What is the other ones? I don't know. Bing. I think it's Bing, right? Microsoft has Bing. Anyways, just don't use anything Apple to sign up. After that, you can use Apple all you want because you're already in. Just don't use it to pay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just the way it works. So just avoid it. So if you don't have any of that Apple stuff, then guess what? You don't even have to worry about it at all. So I just want to put that out there. I will have like a flyer that's pretty and everything, and I'm going to make some changes on Patreon. And Patreon already said they're going to tell people on how to avoid it. I already have like some links to help you avoid it if you're that concerned. But that's what's going on. So I don't want anybody worried about it. Just avoid it. There's easy ways to avoid it, and it's not a big deal. It is a whole country thing. It is it is not just the United States. It's international, national. It's all across the world. It's all Apple. Apple's enforcing anybody that uses their Apple apps, period. It is going to be a 3% Apple charge to use their app platform. So that's how they're doing it. That's been in courts for a long time. Apple won. So now everybody's going to have to do, if you want to have Apple, if it's not Patreon. Patreon's like, hey, you got two choices here. To us, they asked us, they go, you have two choices. One, you can eat the 3% for every person that signs up. So every time someone signs up, it comes out of your pocket. Or you can pass it on to to the person who signs up, and you just tell them not to use Apple, and then that way nobody gets harmed. So that's what I choose. Like I chose like if all of us don't use any Apple stuff to sign up, then nobody cares. Nobody's hurt by this. So it's just an Apple thing, and just the way it is, you know. I guess fools got to make money, right? I mean,
Yep.
the business is not doing good for Apple, so we don't want to cheat them out of their 3%.
I mean, honestly, at least you know it's protected and not full of viruses.
I mean, however you want to look at it. But I just want to say that just that's how it works. So that's how it is. So don't use that. So if anybody wants to sign up or asks about it, tell them to just use something else other than an Apple app. I don't use the Patreon app anyway.
I was just gonna say that
I never use the Patreon app.
Since the beginning of time. Andy says that
I think the Patreon app sucks, so I never use it anyway. So that's how I look at it.
I don't even own it.
No, I don't like the Patreon app. It works so much better when you guys use the browser anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to get that out of the way. I'll have some more stuff on it just so anybody who knows and everybody will. So there you go. All right. So KonaButterflyz, if you haven't signed up, if you're thinking about it, get on the program now. We got the 21-day plan happening. We got all this great stuff. Guys, we are going to have, Brandi's going to have a nice little graphic that I just threw up. We are going to have our first live stream event on Halloween. And the only way you can see any of it is if you got to be a member, whether it's the free member or a paid member. You got to be a member of some sort on our platform on patreon.com/KonaButterflyz. You can be on there for free. You'll get whatever we have for free. You won't get any of the 21-day plans. You won't get any of that stuff, but you'll get some studying brews. You'll get the workshops. If I have them for free, you'll get into this live stream event that will happen at the same time as studying brew on Thursday. So get on there and just join up. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to pay. You just got to be a member of some sort of us on KonaButterflyz, and you can get into it. And there will be a link going out. But we do have the 21-day plans. We got small group tutoring. We got study guides, SIE 663. We got something for the 26. We got a 65 that's fall is running out of time. It says fall of 24. So it should be.
I have until December 21st.
We got till December 21st.
I'm sorry. It got really busy.
It did get really busy. So we got that coming soon. Message board, Kona community. I just did a whole workshop on it this last week. So guys, the Discord, the Kona community is off and running. We had a lot of people post up on there. We had a lot of people take advantage of all the stuff I showed them on Thursday. I think that was Thursday. Yeah, Friday. So that was pretty awesome. So scan the QR code, hit the links, and let's do it. Tomorrow we have the SIE live. We got that going tomorrow. We got the series 6, and we have small group tutoring tomorrow. The SIE tomorrow, Brandi is going to be doing some random topics that you don't see in QBanks, but is tested. So you definitely want to be on there. 6 live, we're going to be doing some Q&A, maybe a live quiz.
No, with definitely a live quiz.
So check that out. And small group tutoring is happening tomorrow. So make sure that you are registered and post those questions up on the Discord like we showed you on Friday. Spotify, our audios are available on there. But if you have to have a Spotify account to link the Patreon and the Spotify accounts together. If you don't have the Spotify, it is free. You can start a Spotify account and it's free to do. But you don't have to listen to our audios only on Spotify. It is just available also on Spotify. So that way you guys can get those audios, but they are available on Patreon. And the one cool thing about the Patreon app, after I said I don't use it, is you can easily get to the audios on there, and you can just listen through the Patreon app, and you can get to all the audios that are posted on there. You can also just listen to the audios through the browser and log into Patreon as well. So they're available multiple different ways. You can get onto our audios that are available. But right now, the new way is the Spotify way. And that makes it so much easier when you're in your car and you're traveling around and fighting that LA traffic, trying to get around the Dodger parade when they win the World Series. I shouldn't say that. It's going to jinx it. I know, but it's 3-0. I'm going to be
mad. She's going to be mad.
They might have just lost the World Series now because I said that.
Yes, never.
They don't win the World Series, my fault.
Never say.
Nothing to do with their play. It's going to be all my fault because I said that.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch, yo.
I know I'm superstitious though.
I know.
Positive mental attitude, but I'm superstitious.
No.
I know. All right, let's go to the next slide before I talk too much. All right. All right. We, like I said, Halloween night, we are going to have a live stream event Thursday. What this is all about is Brandi and I had a decision. We have 3 teenagers, 3 different Halloween parties. There's no way we can make it back on time without killing probably a whole family of trick-or-treaters. Flatten them all. So we decided to save families and just
Our sanity.
and our sanity. And we are gonna do the I don't know when we're gonna record this, but we are gonna do a Studying Brew. We're gonna record it ahead of time, and then we were going to have a live stream drop on Patreon on Thursday night. So if you're used to doing the Studying Brew on Thursday night at 10 p.m., I'm gonna do all the same antics. We're gonna do all the same stuff. It's just gonna be a little pre-recorded there, and it's gonna drop live at 10 o'clock, like normal.
I want to watch it too.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun, and it's the first time I'm doing this.
Yeah,
and it might work out because sometimes I don't like to cancel things.
No.
So we're gonna do this. We're gonna try something new, and we're gonna keep our Studying Brew going on Thursday on 10 o'clock. For those who don't celebrate the Halloween or maybe just want to keep going with their studying, or that's how they stay out of trouble. They're like, Andy, I can't be up to those ghoulish tricks anymore. I am saved. I'm going to eat my Snickers and I'm going to study. You know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, all right. Ready?
Yeah,
Let's go. All right. Before I get myself in trouble anymore. All right. Like I said, Kona Catchphrase. It is the game show that's sweeping the nation. Just ask all the Oregon folks. They were in California at a SCBC event.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what they were playing?
Are they playing the cook?
No, they're probably playing Uno. No, seriously. They might have. They might have been playing the Kona Catchphrase because it is the game show that's sweeping the nation. And you can play it. You can play it at home. You can do it while you're on playing a quiz. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to put quiz questions up on the screen, and what we want you to do is identify key words. Guys, they do not do they blah 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 blah. They do not have to be securities, content related vocab words. They can be just simply vibes. They can be simply just noticing opposites. They can be noticing similars. They begin noticing like some things just start the same. Maybe you're just seeing something that just doesn't make sense. Some of these answers you just go, what? Sometimes you see a keyword by just going, oh, in the answer it says this. In the question it asks for that. Oh, just connect the dot. Any of that stuff, just go ahead and put those keywords into the chat. Or if you're at home playing along, write it down on your scrap. See how you're doing. See if you line up with Brandi. But we're going to do this now. Let's get to going, Brandi. I'm going to get to reading. All right. D, Department of Justice or the DOJ. C, Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA. B, Options Clearing Corporation, OCC. Also, that's in RoboCop, by the way. A, New York Stock Exchange, NYSE. No, it's the one that builds the bad robot. OCC. Oh. Olympia said FINRA is the enforcer. New York has a state in it.
You would need to know that though. See.
That's true. Options. That's very particular. Not particular. Specific. Department of Justice has nothing to do with the securities, I would guess. It's just justice in general.
Yeah. Look, you guys are. Look at the words on the screen for what they are, not what they do. But a good enough hint?
I don't know. C is regulatory. Corporation, exchange, which is trading. Corporation, clearing. Okay. Authority. Justice.
See what I'm saying, guys? Look, you guys are going way too deep.
Right.
We said no. Look it. Look it.
No
content. No content. No content.
See, I was guilty of it too.
No, stop looking at content. You guys ready?
Keep it like a buoy on the water.
Yes.
While the Municipal Securities Rule Board (MSRB) Rule Making Board, thank you, Kaplan, writes the rules and regulations regarding underwriting and trading for the municipal securities, it does not enforce those rules. Who does? The authorities. The authorities enforce.
Thank you for playing along, Diana. Doesn't sound like an exchange, does it?
Who does not enforce these rules?
No, who does?
Who does?
Does not sound like a clearing.
Nope.
Doesn't sound like justice.
Nope.
Probably sounds like authority.
It is authority. The key words. Who does?
Right.
Who does enforce?
But you guys see
That's what the question was.
Who enforces? Do you guys see what we just did there? We get out of securities for today, just for tonight. Get out.
I'm trying, Brandi.
Oh,
Trying. All right. Well, we just can't get it through a week without some sort of risk question, can we? Political, regulatory, currency, business. That's all risk. No need to put risk in.
I love it. Eric, it's like a
He has to. He has to, I guess.
All right.
Business is one business. Currency is money. Regulatory is regulations or some sort, rules. Political is politics. I didn't do anything.
It's smart.
Oh.
And then you said what business, right?
Yeah.
Never mind. It's the afterthought.
Did I think too deep?
No.
For investors, instability within an emerging economy is generally recognized as, well, it's not regulatory. It's not one business. It's either currency or political.
Not much.
I didn't want to tell.
Oh, sorry. Instability could be like government.
Yes, instability in a government.
Honestly, guys, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna use current events right now. We have a little bit of instability in our economy right now because and it has nothing to do, contrary to social media, to the humans that are in the candidacy. It's the simple fact that there will be a change in president because our current president is not running. So there's a lot of instability there. Plus, the polls are pretty much neck and neck. So nobody knows. So there's some instability.
If there's instability in the people, it creates instability in an economy.
Yeah. So I just want you guys to know it's not about who, it's just the circumstance.
Right.
Get off social media.
All right. Requiring the person to retake the licensing exam before resuming work. C, imprisonment for a specified period. B, a fine far in excess of the amount involved in the transaction. A, suspension from FINRA that might cause the person extreme hardship. Yeah. Okay. So the keywords people are doing there are I guess the punishments.
Yes. And honestly, that's exactly it. It's kind of like what we did in the first question.
So just basically cutting off all the excess, just like what is the fun punishments we're all keyed into.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. An associated person of a financial industry regulatory authority, FINRA member, firm has been found guilty of forging a customer signature on a document relating to a securities transaction. Under the code of procedure, FINRA could impose any of the following sanctions except, well, to me, it's an easy answer, but except the following sanctions. right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I think
Tim said it.
I think Tim said it.
It is. It's imprisonment. How can you imprison a whole company?
Or how does FINRA, who's not a
And
police
FINRA is
or
not the
court-
authority, and they don't put people in prison.
Oh,
They, yeah, guys, that was an easy one.
that's
They're
fine.
they're not busting down the door with their windbreakers and saying hands behind your back. You know what I mean? At best, they bust in there with their windbreakers and take notes.
Depends.
They take a lot of notes,
That's right.
but they don't. They're not taking anybody to jail.
No.
D. A corporation can have two primary offerings: the initial public offering (IPO) and an additional public offering (APO). And there's an A. A corporation can have one primary offering, the initial public offering. Oh, that's one less than the other one, right? There is no limit to the number of primary offerings a corporation can issue. That seems kind of contradictory there. No limit. Can you have more than one? After its initial public offering (IPO), a corporation can have only one more primary offering, its subsequent primary offering, the SPO. Is that a thing?
Only in California.
What the hell? Okay, question. Am I wrong into thinking B is nonsense?
Okay. So funny you mentioned that. The first time I read through these answer choices, I literally said the same thing. I was like, definitely, you can only primary.
Oh, so that means there it's good. You
Yeah,
could,
A and D.
but no comment, no
A
content, right?
No, A and D legit say the same thing. A and D say exactly the same thing.
Yes, they do.
Subsequent and one's called additional.
Okay.
Same difference.
So A and D is same.
B and C are opposite.
B and C are opposite.
Right.
Saying you can only have one.
But yet, don't we see APO and SPO up there?
Yes, we
So
do.
there has to be more than one.
Yes. But I guess that means there's no limit.
There has to be more than one. If there's an additional, there's no rule that says you can only have one additional.
That's trickery.
It is trickery.
That is trickery. Because B makes you go, no way.
B does make you go no way, because I said the same thing, because I was thinking what most people probably think, that the primary offering was only the first one. And true, you can only have one initial, but you can have multiple additionals.
There you go. That's trickery.
Mm,
Follow the keywords.
mm.
Follow the keywords.
And you might say, well, Brandi, that's content. And I'm going to say, no, it's not, because in 2020, right before the pandemic, both Tesla and Apple did primary additional public offering.
There you go.
History.
We don't like to study no history. Remain unchanged, but the price per share will increase by 10%. C, increase by 10 shares, but the price per share will be adjusted downward. B, increase by 100 shares, but the price per share will be adjusted downward. A, increase by 10%, as will the price per share. This is one of those ones where you like to say, put your arrows up and down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unchanged, isn't that just level, equal, par?
Mm-hmm.
And then an increase. So an up, down, and an equal up.
Mm-hmm. There's opposite. B or C. Thank you. Make sense?
Yep. Your customer receives 10% stock dividend on 1,000 shares owned. Regarding this dividend, you correctly explain that the position will do what? 10% of 1,000 is 100.
How do you know that?
I'm just a lot of tipping my days at food eateries. When it was 10% was cool.
There's that. cross off
Just-
zeros.
right. That's all.
Or 50% of 1,000
You want to know really how I know 10%?
is 500. Yeah.
Because when I was a waiter, I had to tip the busboy 10%.
Just take off a zero.
So I was quick to figure out their tips.
Guys, and if it's 10%, you just take off a zero.
And if you're going 10%, that's it. That's because I'm old.
But that was quite a while ago.
It was over 20 years ago.
It's some time ago.
It was almost 30 years ago.
Last one.
All right. The Inland Revenue Service. C, Franchise Tax Board. B, Internal Revenue Service. A, Ways and Means Service. Inland Revenue Service. Servicing only the inland. The revenues of the inland. Oh, someone made this question up before they went to lunch. Which federal agency is tasked with enforcing tax law? I mean, tax law is the key word. Federal agency.
So fun fact, I was aiming for B, and then right before I hit B, I went D. Whoa, they both say IRS. What? Oh,
Trickery.
trickery.
That is a keyword. Pay attention. You could easily pick Inland Revenue Service, thinking that you were picking a different IRS.
Yeah. Like if you read D and you're not paying attention to the words, you're just paying attention to the acronyms. Totally.
That is a question you get wrong, followed by a dang it.
Dang it. I know.
Some of you might say a word that starts with an F that's not friend or freckle.
Yeah.
But it all means the same.
That's why I changed it.
Sometimes we just got to slow down. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Slow down and look for those key words, because sometimes it's just the difference between noticing internal and inland.
What the heck, dude? Internal and land.
That's the difference. That's the distance between getting a pass notice and a not so pass notice. That's the distance between hitting the microphone and not hitting the microphone. But legitimately, guys, thank you so much for being here. We're gonna have a great member sessions tomorrow. We'll be back, same bat time, same bat channel for Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. Oh my gosh, Test Taking Techniques Tuesday, and we are inching closer to our 1,000th episode. We are on track to have our 1,000th episode next Tuesday for the next Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. 1,000. But you know what? None of that means anything unless you guys don't stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep a positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Pay attention to those words in your next quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.